Welcome, Smite fans, to week 6 of Smite OPL. We've got a few good games this week, and a lot of playoff spots could be decided in these games. This first one can, influence a couple of those results, but it's really our later games that are going to decide who goes to the Split 3 finals and who's staying home. Joining me on the broadcast desk this week is the one and only Josh Nightfall Campbell. Nightfall, been a little bit since we've seen you up here on the broadcasting desk. I think the last time we saw you was the bronze match at the Split 2 finals. Welcome back.
Thank you very much. It's been pretty comfortable on the bench, sitting down there with melons and I think Agony as well. That's something we can talk about.
Yeah, so Agony from Legacy Esports has actually stepped down from the mid-roll. Shred is going to be moving into that position, and Horizon, their sub, is going to be playing jungle for them from here on out. This is going to be his debut series in the OPL for a little while. Last time we saw him, I believe, was Split 1 on Sin Gaming.
That's correct.
Let's get started with the picks and bans here in just a second. Our first series is going to be Alpha Sydney taking on Legacy Esports. Both of these teams looking to try and secure themselves some spots at the Split 3 finals.
Yeah, just because of last split, I think Swifty really wants to come back and show what he's got at LAN, show how loud he can be. He seems like a really loud person.
He wants to play at LAN, not just there.
Yeah. I mean, last LAN was pretty funny, just listening to him in the crowd, but we'll see how he does in game. Guys, we're going to hit into these pick and bans very shortly.
Yeah, so already we can see our first ban coming out from Alpha Sydney is going to be Terra. So Terra's done a lot of play in the OPL and, in the SPL group stages. A lot of crowd control, not so much damage, but healing and sustain is one of her big strong points. And so it's really smart of Alpha Sydney to take that away. We've sort of played in the solo lane a little bit, but mainly it's just a straight support and something that, kind of meshes with Weave's style very nicely. Jingwei, a ban here from Legacy Esports, something that both Swifty and Ranabrana like to play. And then the Erlang Shen being taken away from only good at solo by Alpha Sydney.
I think it's quite interesting that Jingwei was banned from Legacy because HS had that awesome play where he turned it 2v1. It was, I think, last week. Was it?
It might have been.
I'm not sure who it was against. His play on Jingwei is so strong, as we can see the Freya banned away from Legacy as well, and the Erlang Shin, and now Ratatoska first picked.
Yeah, so I really like the Rat first pick here. Generally, it's either banned away or not played. But when it is played, look at that, 60% win rate on the Rat. So a lot of control coming out of it. Obviously, huge knock up on the ultimate. A stun on the dash. It's 2 shreds protections, and it's just a great pick. Neith and Athena, the next pickups for Legacy Esports. Anhe and Jing 10, the famous dishwasher washing machine, picked up for Alpha Sydney. No wins thus far in the OPL, so, we've seen it in the SPL a little bit, but no success in the Oceanic sides of things.
Is Xing10 even support now, or do you just go solo only with him?
I don't think I've seen him in support for a little while. It's mainly a solo pickup.
Okay.
So I would definitely expect it to go into the solo lane. It could go support, but I highly doubt it. Hornbart's going to be the pickup for Legacy Esports now for Horizon. So something that's, obviously a very high win percentage, great crowd control, great amount of damage, and something that's, relatively simple for Horizon to get himself comfortable in the jungle with. Sobek banned by Legacy Esports. Verman banned out by Alpha Sydney here. So Sobek being taken away from Tory Sky, something he's a little bit more comfortable on. The Vermana being taken away from only good at solo. So Alpha Sydney showing that they really want KO to have a comfortable matchup and not have only good at solo get rolling. Fafnir, the ban here from Legacy Esports.
Interesting. I really like that Dragon, just because he could do so much, and his passive is so strong too, with the gold, increasing his protections with the golden hand. It's so good. And Sun Wukong is the very last ban coming out. So Legacy, they still need a mid laner, possibly with Neith in the mid lane, or a Hunter, and a solo laner is what they've got left. Okay, so I think
So now, if this was Alpha Sydney, this could be Ram middle, but it's going to be a Ram ADC for Legacy Esports for HS, and that's going to be a Neith in the mid lane for Shred. So something, again, relatively simple for him to play, adjusting to a new role, something with excellent wave clear, a lot of global presence, and a lot of structure damage as well, which is really important. Sol and Ares going to be picked up here for Alpha Sydney. Now, the question with Alpha Sydney is this going to be Sol ADC on her mid or on her ADC Sol mid? With these guys, we've seen them play both. But we've seen the Sol a lot more on Rana than on Swift, so I suspect that could be an Arnher mid. Raven's going to be the last pick up here for Legacy Esports, and with the Ares pick for Alpha Sydney, we can confirm that it is going to be a Jing 10 for Alpha Sydney, who's going to struggle a little bit early against this Raven, but the later we get into the game, the better time he's going to have, because Raven's just going to be unable to kill him due to this massive sustain that the Jing 10 has. Jing 10 also makes it very difficult to do objectives due to that huge Whirlwind of Rage and Steel ultimate. People try and get in on the Gold Fury or the Fire Giant, he starts whirling up that ultimate, and you either have to burn beads or you have to just jump away. And once those beads are burned, the team can turn on you and take you out. So we're going to go ahead and start into the game here. Alpha Sydney up against Legacy Esports. This is a big one for both of these guys. Last time they met, they split. They're both looking towards getting to the LAN stage, and any kind of advantage you can have over the other team, you want to get.
Alrighty, jumping into game already off the bat with some pretty standard builds. Both Transcendents in the mid lane as they have 80 carries, and they need to clear wave as early as possible, get that stacking up as well. Anything out of the blue you see here? You can see Blink on Ares, Shell on Athena. I don't like what Only Good at Solo has done with his boots. It's in the third.
Yeah, I was about to say that's the only odd thing that I can see. I mean, it's not really odd with Ogre. He likes to do little troll things like that, just to throw people off. But that's whatever, having fun. But it's going to be interesting to see how he and Horizon go in the early stages here of the game. They've been around each other a fair amount, but they haven't, played together on a roster before, at least in a main roster kind of sense. So it'll be interesting to see what kind of synergy these guys have heading forward at the start of this game. Often the most important point for solo and jungle players. We can see both Slicey and Horizon heading towards the mid lane at the same time, rather than looking to take any solo waves.
We're going to see just a bit of damage traded out, and nothing else other than that. Early game rotations all pretty standard at the moment. Now, I kind of want to see Slicey go aggressive early, but it's difficult with the Ratatoska just because he doesn't have a way out as much as he does when he's level 5.
Exactly right. They can't overcommit to any fights at this stage in the game, and especially one really bad thing for the Ratatoska is that he can't dash in aggressively, and that can give him, that slows the enemy down a lot, and it reduces the cooldown on his his one's cooldown's reduced by his flurry, so he can kind of go in, but if he does, he needs his teammate to peel for him a lot. He can't go in super aggressively. He gets his ultimate, dives in, and then he can dash away if he needs to, but dash can be caught. Over on the left-hand side, HS taking a bit of damage here from this Ares Soul combination, which we haven't really talked about too much. We've kind of lightly touched on the Ares, but the Ares pick, haven't seen him a whole lot in the OPL scene. Richard Castle is famous for having a great Ares, but we've seen him drift a little bit away from that Ares towards more Geb and Sylvanas picks, and a couple of the newer gods in the game, Fafnir and Terra. But the Ares pick still relatively sound, and looking at Legacy's team composition, a lot of mobility. The Ares with his cripple on his chains can really shut a lot of that down. The Athena, the Ram are going to have a difficult time against it. Even the Hunbats or Neath looking to jump away, going to need to be careful of being chained by Ares. Horizon drifting towards the duo lane at this point, but actually going to change his mind, head back towards the duo lane. Not level 5 yet, so not wanting to gank.
So they're just leashing just to get Horizon to level 5 as fast as possible, and he has hit it. Oh, I wish he went in. That would have been awesome. Just under tower, Fear No Evil right away. Shred could have followed up, but a missed opportunity there. But he's rotating towards the solo lane. Do you think we'll see a first blood coming down?
We could do here because, but we could do, but it would require KO to misplay a lot. We might see more of a first blood opportunity might come out of these mid jungle rotations towards each other rather than a jungle rotation towards the solo lane. And if Ogre can bait out KO's ultimate, then Horizon's got a better chance of catching him off guard here. KO though is going very aggressively here, and he's got no mana left now. This is an opportunity possibly here for Horizon, Only Good at Solo, to pick up a first blood because KO doesn't have enough mana to use his ultimate. Horizon's going in, he's not using his ultimate yet, he's holding it a lot. Slicey's here as well and stuns away Horizon. Horizon didn't use his ultimate, but now he is onto Slicey, who manages to get up into the Cosmos and out away, back down onto his speed buff. So both teams having kind of a bit of a misplay there.
Yeah, that was a bit messy. Horizon probably should have used his ultimate a little bit early in conjunction with Shred's ultimate. Stacking the CC on that would have forced him away. They would have got a lot more damage off, but early game, Raven and a Hunbats can't really destroy a Xingtian. Like they can't burst him down. So if Neith was a little bit closer as well.
And he had a Mark of the Vanguard there as well. So, you know, the Fear Eve ultimate does ticking damage. So it's not going to do as much to this Xingtian. Only good at solo, going very aggressive here, looking to steal away the blue buff from KO. KO trying to get it, only good at solo, secures it, but now he's caught in an awkward position. Slicey chasing after him. Probably won't get a kill here, but may be able to do some damage. But I can see why Horizon held his ult, waited for the Neith ult to come through, and was trying to eliminate diminishing returns, but just waited too long. There was potential there for the first blood, unable though to lock it down with Legacy eSports.
I think he kind of wasted it against Slicey as well. Slicey was level 5. Horizon knew that he hadn't altered yet, so yeah, it's just a bit of a waste because Slicey could have got out of there no matter what, and he did. So unfortunate that there was no first blood there, but we'll see more aggression coming through in this mid lane again soon, I think. It's got to be soon.
Well, you know, you have an Ares. He's level 5. He has Blink available. You're expecting, or he's got Blink available in 10 seconds. So you're going to expect something to come out from Alpha Sydney. What I'm looking to see come out from Legacy is a counter-engage on this Ares ult, and they've got a fantastic composition to do it. You know, Ares ult is going to bring you all in. What Horizon can look to do is throw down his ultimate and spread out the enemy team so they can't capitalize on the Ares ultimate and burst anyone down. Weave has got his own ultimate as well, so he can look to diminish the damage on one of his teammates that's brought in. And Shred, from far back, can put out some damage with the Neith. He's got a lot of burst damage on that Neith, as he's got the Transcendence online here as well. So I'm really looking for Legacy to wait for Alpha Sydney to engage, and then to capitalize off that. Diving in, taunting Swifty. I think they were just trying to force beads there. Swifty does have beads available, but wisely chose to hold them there. You can see Legacy want to force out those beads before Horizon lays down his ultimate.
Runner's got more. That's pretty interesting, because if he gets caught with Shred ultimate and then Weaver's there for the taunt, Horizon's there too, he's gonna die. And Legacy need to notice this.
Ogre, that was there. He managed to immunity frames the ultimate coming through from Slicey. As Slicey landed, he took the Neith ultimate, but was able to get out of dodge there. So ultimates trading back and forth between these two teams. But now, Legacy eSports are going to get something on the right-hand side. Left-hand side, HS forced to get away here from Tori and Rana as they dove in deep there, but no first blood as of yet. KO forced to back, doesn't have TP online for another 5 seconds, so he's not even going to be able to rescue part of the wave that he would have liked. Only good at solo should be able to force this under the tower.
I'm surprised that no one's betting, because they're halfing, which is why they're not getting kills. Or it doesn't seem like they're all on the same wavelength with their communication.
Alright, so speed buff here, Slicey taking a lot of damage. There's the Fear No Evil from Horizon. Pick up the kill pretty cleanly there. Slicey, he actually dashed into Only Good at Solo trying to steal the speed buff, but it meant, as you said before, without his ultimate, he doesn't have an escape now. Middle lane here, Tori's guy's caught in between a bunch of enemies that didn't even get his ultimate off before he was shredded by Shred. So Legacy eSports, in the space of 30 seconds, picked themselves up 2 kills, the enemy speed buff, and the mid camps. And really what it's coming down to is everyone's scared of this Raven. Nobody wants to fight him because Raven is scary.
He certainly is, and right as I said, no one's committing. They commit right away. And there's the ultimate coming out of KO, actually. Not going to do anything. Did he secure his blue? No. He just sort of threw them away for no reason. Interesting decision.
Well, he's trying not to die there, and it might be a little bit of panic, not realizing or not remembering that the Hornbart's ult is down, so throwing them away so that he himself doesn't take, a ton of damage from that Hornbart's and the Athena. But really, if you're looking at him now, he's got half a breastplate of Valor online. He doesn't really need to be that worried.
That's true. Yeah, but that's also in my questioning of why he used it, because he's so tanky, and with just a Hunbats and an Athena, I don't think that would have had enough damage to even get him down to half HP there.
No, it's just a little bit of panic. I think, you've just lost 2 teammates. You lost your speed buff. They're constantly invading your stuff. HS in a little bit of trouble on the right-hand side. Neith ultimate coming through for Slicey, though. Hits him here, and he's going to fall down to Weave. Actually, HS is the one that picks up the kill. And now they're going aggressive onto Rana, but Rana's going to be like, I'm a soul. I don't really need to worry about you guys.
I think he should though, because he's still got 2 more, about 35 stacks. So Legacy will know that they need to shut him down very quickly. So he needs to be extra careful, even though he is on Soul with immunity and a Beads online as well.
Gold Fury started up at Legacy Esports. Taurus Guys blinks in, gets an ultimate down onto 4 members here, manages to pull in no one. Fear No Evil comes through. Taurus Guys bursted down, only got Solos, used his ultimate. Rana is going to fall down in the second. Horizon's got himself a double kill here, and Gold Fury, couple of kills. Now it looks like the left-hand side tower is going to be the target for Legacy, and they should be able to get this with the crazy amount of damage they're going to have coming out from the Neath and the Ram.
Yeah, the Ares jumping in, trying to get the ultimate off. It just didn't work out at all there for Tori. He had the right idea to go in and try to CC everyone, but it didn't like come into fruition as KO jumps in for the Dishwasher ultimate using.
He's going to fall down here in just a second. Looking for the kill is HS. Actually, KO is going to walk away. This time, he not dead so quickly. And Alpha City look to have saved their tower for now. Miniwave's coming in. Shred's going to be dealing the damage. Slicey can't really commit to clearing the wave. He's just hanging around here now. Needs to leave unless they're looking for a re-engage here. Dashes forward. Doesn't get the stun onto Weave. And thus, Alpha City can't get the engagement until Slicey goes up through the Cosmos coming down. Knocks up Weave. Doesn't get the stun off. Again, he's taunted in. Slicey looking for the kill. Great pillar here from Swifty. And Slicey finally manages to pick up the kill. They lose their tower, but they pick themselves up the first kill of the game.
I think it's very interesting that that's the first kill for Alpha Sydney as well in this game. Rana taking huge amounts of damage, chunked down to about 20% HP and forced to use that incorporeal.
Nice, that was nice.
From Shred, beautiful snipe. Just
great
the
timing there.
Of his damage and abilities there was fantastic.
There is KO between the towers here, looked at proxy away, but Horizon's here. Horizon might be able to find the kill, particularly with Weave's ultimate coming through now as well. And there we go, overhand smash in combination with the Defender of Olympus, enough to pick up the overextending Jing 10. Horizon right now, 4-0-1, got the Hydra's Lament online. Third most player damage, really doing a lot of work for this Legacy team. And, you know, kind of from what I've heard about this change is what Horizon is joined for rather than Agony is his comms. He might not necessarily be, you know, more mechanically skilled than one player or another, but just his comms, his veterancy in playing is really providing Legacy a lot of the structure that they need and that they were kind of lacking before.
Just looking at Rana Barana now, because he was picked off with Doomorb, so he needs to rebuild those stacks again, and I need to stay on that because that's his only damaging like item at the moment aside from boots.
He's not going to worry too much though, because with the boots and with the Soul Stone, he's going to get a boost of magical power. He's going to be clearing okay, but it just means that that's about it. He's going to be clearing okay. He's not going to be able to do too much in the team fights. You know, his Supernova ultimate is not going to do as much as he would wish. His next item might be a Book of Thoth, or he might look for some penetration item, even a Demonic Grip perhaps, depending on how he wants to build it. But he just needs to stay in wave and farm really at this point.
What do you think about this Mark of the Vanguard with the Watcher's Gift Ares as well? It seems kind of normal. At the same time, you see Weave has finished a Heartward Amulet and Tori Skies is only just starting on a Sovereignty.
Look, I'm not worried about that too much. We've seen this a lot in the SPL group stages. Only good at solo. Picks off Tori there just as we're speaking about him. KO's here as well. I don't mind that too much, but it's definitely better when you're even or ahead. From behind, you really want an item that's just going to do more than a starter item. I get it. It's like a good, cheap bridging option, but as you mentioned, it's just putting his build behind. Already heading towards the mid lane. We can see Tori's guys is actually DC'd. So I think we're going to go for a quick pause here between that Alpha City is going to take. But let's take a look kind of at the graphs at this point. And oh, wow. That was a lead I did not... 10,000 experience, 7,300 gold.
Yeah, it's pretty significant, especially at 12 minutes. 10,000 XP, you're hitting the wrong way there, Alpha City. They've also got 1 kill, which is not great, because it's also on the support. So they just seem a little uncooperative with each other. Like, the communication is a little bit off. And their objective, what's the word I'm looking for? Secure objective orientation, it just seems lacking, or not really there. Like, every buff Legacy is stealing.
So what's bad for Alpha Sydney as well is that experience gaps not just in one role or another. It's spread out across the whole team, so everyone's pretty significantly behind their opponent, other than Rana Brana, really, who's just about a level behind HS247, which isn't too bad, but everyone else has got like a 2 or 3 level gap difference, which is really awkward to fight into. Like, you need to look. Basically, you can't fight 5v5. Even 5v4 is going to be difficult. You need to be trying to get like 3 men collapsing onto 1 or 5 men collapsing onto 3, something similar to that. But now we can see Horizon leaping over the wall. Overhand smash comes through. Rana Barana doesn't even disapparate before Horizon gets him, and that's going to be due to the Hydra's Lament passive. They're doing an extra 30% damage on a basic attack after using an ability. That's so much damage and so much unexpected damage to come through. Combination with an overhead smash and a Titan's Bane that has gone online rather than a Jotun's Wrath. It's a lot of penetration as well, so Rhino really never stood a chance.
He's got to sell his Doom Orb soon, otherwise he's just going to stay behind. Slicey gets ulted, but he uses his ultimate to get out of there. Tory Skies gets blown up as well in the mid lane, so that's 2 free kills there for Legacy, 1 in the duo and 1 in mid. And Alpha Sydney, something's going wrong. Especially when you look at player damage. Look at where Swifty is.
Yeah, that's really odd to see for Swift. Usually at the top of his team, if not the top of the game. He's an on-her as well in the mid lane. Like, it's not like he's not fighting. You're definitely right. Something doesn't seem right about Alpha City here. Horizon laying down his ultimate. Drosha comes out from KO, looking to pick up a kill here onto Horizon. He's going in and dealing with the backline fairly well, but HS is just sitting here, holding left click, doing so much damage to the backline of Alpha City. Rhino Brana taken low, doesn't have Disapparate available now, only got it solo diving in. Snipes coming through from a HS247, Sanctuary popped from Rhino Brana. Weave dashes in, gets a taunt onto 2. Rhino Brana trying to deal with only got a solo, but not going to get him. Horizon chasing down KO. HS picks up with a basic attack, only got a solo, picks up Tory Skies, and Alpha Sydney, you know, this is really rough. They split last time with Legacy, but Legacy are looking like a completely different machine here on a completely different level to Alpha Sydney. They take down the middle Phoenix. They're going to hunt for the left-hand side tier 2 tower now, and there's not much that Alpha Sydney could do to stop them. Slicey dashed in there. He could fall down here if he's not careful, and he does. Horizon just picks up yet another kill.
Yeah, Horizon looked a little bit shaky at the start of the game, but maybe it was just comfortability. He needed just to, you know, break back into the Pro League feel, and now he's just absolutely demolishing. Ever since I want to say the mid game, but it's 15 minutes. This is the mid game, and they've taken a Phoenix and all towers apart from 1.
He's got 3,300, nearly 3,400 gold in hand. So I'm really interested to see what he picks up on his next back here. I expect it to be a crit item. Hopefully Deathbringer for him, just to take advantage of that passive. So what's he buying? No, it's going to be Mantle of Cord. He's going a more utility role here than necessarily straight damage. A lot of protections are that, a lot of cooldown reduction as well. Plus, it's passive. You know, if you get taken below 30% HP, you stun all the enemies around you for 20 units. So that's, and you get CC immunity as well. That's pretty good. So that's a Magi's Blessing plus a Wrath in one item.
It's 16 minutes, is a 14,000 gold lead, 18,000 XP. Horizon is 4,000 gold up on top of Slicey and 5 levels.
He's nearly got double Tory Sky's gold. KO here, taunted in, forced to use his ultimate here. Throws Weave away, but kind of in the route he was looking to back. Shred, thrown away, just goes down into the ultimate, takes down KO, and now Legacy looking for the Fire Giant here. HS fighting 2v1 here against Rana Brana and Slicey, keeping them both away from that objective. No Wraths available for Alpha Sydney. No one has picked one up, so really, they're going to have a difficult time contesting this Fire Giant. And all Tory Skies jumps in, gets 1-2 with his chains, trying to get a third, gets a 4-man ultimate here. Legacy still take the Fire Giant, and now they take Tory Sky's life. Slicey going in hard onto HS, who's up in the sky. Weaves here as well. Snipes come through from HS. Slicey taken low. Rana Brana taken low as well. HS gets the kill here, just barely. Actually, Weave is the one that is credited with the kill, but props to HS for holding out 2v1 there for so long that his team was able to get the Fire Giant.
Yeah, Tory Sky's jumping in and ulting. There was no reason for that. He didn't have to go in. Like, he's an Ares. He only deals ticking damage. So he was never gonna steal it. He didn't have a Hog online either, a Wrath, sorry. And he just kind of suicided. Rana did a good job against HS. I think it was just the Fire Giant. As soon as that was online, HS had the damage to finish them off. And now they're going to start engaging. Dishwasher ultimate only throws Weave. And he is the tankiest one. He's going to take barely any damage. Swifty down to half. And now they're just starting the siege on this Phoenix.
Yeah, they're going to get the right-hand side one, you know, for Sydney can't even contest that. Really good strategy here from Legacy, you know, splitting these Phoenixes up, forcing Alpha Sydney to commit to one and dropping the other one, but, you know, they drop it so quickly that they're going to be able to get the other one as well. Horizon knocked into all by Swifty. Swifty taken low here by Only Good at Solo, probably going to die before he can get in. Only Good at Solo picks him up with the overhand kick, KOs in the backline trying to do damage, but it's the damage that finds him instead as Shred picks up the kill. Rana slowed here by Only Good at Solo, Slicey up in the sky, looking to disrupt him, maybe pick up a kill. Who's he looking for? He was looking for HS247, but whew, that damage though just eliminated the rat. Pest controls here, the rat is dead, and now the Titan is falling down. Weave coming through with the Defender of Olympus just to lock down some more damage onto this objective. Titan falls down. Legacy eSports pick up game number 1.
That was just totally one-sided. Alpha Sydney got 1 goal, and Swifty bottom damage still 3,300 damage in a 19-minute game as a mid-Anhu. What happened, Swifty? We know you're a good player, but
it's partly the, you know, yes, and Anhu does damage, but it's not great. You know, it's, you know, the Neath mid is obviously just a little bit better, but I think as well just the team composition didn't quite work together. There's just like 1 or 2 missing pieces there. I think it'll be a good one. We're going to take a break now. Then we'll be back with game number 2 between Alpha Sydney and Legacy eSports.